All right, I am back. Wasn't going to be back till Wednesday, but we had a player reach out for a suggestion on a tutorial on how to set up a trade market, your own trade market on your island, so that you can trade resources with other players. So I decided to do it real quick. It shouldn't take too long. I'll walk you guys through it. Basically, to start, what you're going to need, you're going to need a warehouse, a market to start. Those are bare minimum. And you need at least a farmhouse. Lumberyard you're going to want if you're looking to basically harvest wood. Quarry is your flint and your stone, and your mine is your metals. Now each of these have a specific radius, and you'll see that when it comes time to placing it. So the first thing you're going to want to do is start with your warehouse. Now your warehouse needs to be close to water. Not in the water, but close enough to it. Basically, if it's blue, you can throw it down. Certain areas that are uneven, I think there was one over here earlier. Yeah, like right here. You're like, well, I should be able to place that. You can't. Got to be basically in a decent location. In one level. Okay, so we're gonna place our warehouse here. Beautiful. Boom. Warehouse. Okay. Now, your market, same thing, needs to be near the water, but it needs to be very close to the warehouse. I like to put it right next to it. This makes things easier. There's your warehouse. Okay. Now, go to your farmhouse. You can kind of see the circle around it. I want to place that somewhere where you can. We need a level area. Go in here. Of course it is. Doing a video. Why wouldn't it be? Oh, we got some blue. Where's the blue? Okay. Hopefully, if you own the island, this is not going to be this difficult for you. Oh, right there. Right there. Boom. Mythical stone farmhouse. Okay. Now we have at least one source of resource gathering near the market. Now, in order to get all of these to work, excluding the market, the warehouse, your farmhouse, your lumberyard, quarry, and the mine will all need to run off fuel. Basically, you go into the inventory, you'll see this fuel slot here. You're going to want to put fuel in there. Now, I use oil. Oil seems to last the longest. Don't quote me though, I may be mistaken. I've just only ever used oil. Let me get some oil in here. Probably should have did that before. Blubber. Go with that. Bunch of it. Enough. Alright. Back into the inventory. Nope. Gotta make sure that it's in the fuel slot. You'll kind of hear the warehouse kind of fire up. Some of the resource gatherers have a little flame. Thought the warehouse did, but I guess not. But as you can see, we've got one farm connected. Now, so the farm is connected, but the farm is not running because it doesn't have fuel yet. So it won't actually start gathering resources until you put fuel in it. And then those resources will automatically go into your warehouse. Takes a bit. I don't think it'll show up right away. Once this starts collecting materials, it'll transfer in. Now, do a mine. So you'll notice at the top it says can't place mine too close to other structure of similar type. So basically you can't just cram all of your resource gatherers in one area. They've got to be spread out. Now there is also a distance that is too far from your warehouse, so you have to be careful when thinking about placing your warehouse. Alright, so we can put our mine here. There. Now, the mine, same thing, needs to run on fuel. Everything needs to run on fuel, except the market. Thousand in there. Does this one have the flame? No flame. What that flame? Alright, let's try. I don't know if this is gonna work or not, but hey, it works. Alright. This is our quarry. Now, mind you, this is probably a terrible spot to put a quarry, but maybe not. Same thing. Go in, put some fuel. Hey, the quarry has a flame. Cool. Alright, so we have the quarry, the mine, and a farmhouse set up. So theoretically we should have 3 farms connected. There you go. 3 connected. Okay, so let's see if we can get the 4th. See if I put it up. See what happens. Tutorial. We never know what's gonna happen. Lumberyard. Okay, it's gonna let me place the lumberyard. And then same thing. Fuel. Okay. Oh. Hey. Lumberyard's got a flame. Alright, let's see if it's... Okay, so it's just out of render distance. No, it's too far. Oh, we got 3. Okay. So that might be a good rule of thumb. It's got to stay within render. Maybe. I don't know. Pick this back up. Good. Where it is. Take my blubber back. Okay, we'll try and find a location. Within. Be right in there somewhere. Lumberyard. Oh. Okay, for demonstration purposes, this is a terrible location for a lumberyard. It's just for the video. Testing. For science, folks. For science. Okay. Flame. Got flamage. You're good. Let's see if we were within radius. Oh. Yeah. I think you can have 4. Higher, I guess. Let's try going up. See what happens. Terrible. Oh, over here. Why is the floor? Yeah, obviously. Okay, no. Too many lumberyard. have tested this before. I wonder if it's a farm mode. Farm mode's backing me up here. I don't want to say that you can get rid of the farmhouse and put the lumberyard instead, but I feel like that's even further than I had it before. Yeah. Okay, I'm gonna try one more other thing. Farmhouse is collecting. Oh, the warehouse should start grabbing the materials. I'm going to do some testing, or somebody may be able to give me the answer on why I can't place the lumberyard within. I think it's the farmhouse. I think those three are actually replacing the farmhouse, if I'm not mistaken. I think the farmhouse gathers everything, but at slower rates. The reason why you want to go to the other three, or maybe you only need, maybe farmhouse is for gathering everything on your island, but other islands you only want to grab the metal, then you would use a mine. That makes sense when I say it out loud anyway. Never know. We're gonna try. The lumberyard down here. There we go. Hey. I think that's what it was. That makes sense. You're looking to gather everything with one unit. That would be the farmhouse. If you want to grab things individually, or if you want to put all three connected to the warehouse, you're back at 3. So those are your two options. Okay, now on to the trade market. So the way this works, like I explained already, your market feeds off of your warehouse. So whatever is in your warehouse will be available for trade in your market. You open up the market. This is basically the heads-up display that it shows you, the interface. First thing you want to do is on the top right, you're going to see new trade, highlight, click on that. This can be a little painstaking, but once you do it once, you don't have to do it again. Basically, what you want to do is it'll show you on the left in the trading everything that you're gathering currently that is going into your warehouse. These are the items that you're actually getting from your island or from your resources. Resource gathering items that you're using. So right now we're getting strong wood. So to set a trade up, we're obviously going to trade our strong wood for somebody else's different type of wood. We're going to go ahead and click on light wood and strong wood. So right now the exchange rate is basically 1 for 1. You can set that higher, lower, that is completely up to you. But basically you're going to go down and you're going to select add. Now you have a new trade. So basically you're willing to trade strong wood for light wood. Now you're going to go back into that, click on strong wood again, and then click on the next different type of wood, which would be aged wood. And you're going to want to do that for every single thing. So you're going to have a bunch of, you're going to have lists here. So all your woods, your thatches, your stones, metals, alloys, basically whatever you're collecting, you're going to want to trade that one with every other one that you're not collecting and put that all in your trades. Once you have that set up on the right hand side, then you're going to go over to the left hand side at the bottom where you have trade routes. Now you want to find a new trade route. So basically, I'll pull up the map so you can kind of see how that works. So in order for the trade system to work, another player on a different island has to have the same setup you have with the warehouse, farmhouse, or mine and everything else gathering, and a market setup. And they have to go through and do that same thing on the right hand side where they're willing to trade their items for other people's items. Once that happens and you click on yours, in that trade route you'll see that that person is willing to trade. You're going to basically click on that. I really wish I was able to show that. I can't. Nobody else is trading in this grid because it's an admin grid. Anyway, hopefully you get the idea. You'll see the available trade routes. Basically, you'll click on accept. That person that set up that trade route, or they basically, both players have to initiate it. Once it's initiated, the trades will automatically happen. Currently, the trade ships are virtual, so in your logs you'll see that the ship has been sent, or it's left, it's arrived. Your logs will basically have all kinds of different things, and then there's lots of cool little events that happen on certain shipments and everything else. So you can get parrot eggs, you can get gold, you could lose items. There's all kinds of cool things that happen in the logs, so be sure to check your logs and read once you've got your trading set up. So currently, as far as I know, the trading is only grid to grid, or it's only within your grid. They've been having problems once they initially unveiled this. There's been times where they've bumped it up, say to 2 grids, so you can trade with another grid. So let's say A1 can trade with A2 now. But for the time being, right now, I think it's been backed down to just within your same grid. Eventually, once they have everything hammered out, this trade system is actually going to be really slick, because you're going to be able to trade from any grid eventually. So basically, if you need something from polar and you live in a tropical, you can literally get those resources without leaving your island and just setting it up trades. Now on top of that, they have what's called control points, or seaports. So these are important. So if you go to your map, now everybody's map is going to look different, but for the people that are on Coastal Escape, these icons right here are your seaports. So they're also control points. So basically there needs to be one of those in your grid in order for trades to function. And the reason why is because those virtual trade ships actually run through those control points. So under a PvP wave, if you own that control point or seaport, all the trading that's being done through that control point, the person who owns it or who's claimed it earns gold for those trades, such as a tax. So when you go and claim a seaport, you can actually set the tax, and basically any trade ships that go through or any trades that go through that seaport, you're gaining gold for. So once it's fully functional, it's going to be one of the primary ways of earning gold is by controlling those control points. Right now, all the ships are virtual, but once they've got all the bugs worked out, you're going to see actual trade ships out on the water. Now, I'm excited about that, which is why I designed the map the way that it is currently, was for that in mind, because basically it's going to create more content for the players. Now you're going to have all these ships that can now be raidable. So instead of there just being random events that are happening in the market log that you're reading, they're going to be real world events. So you could be setting up a trade with another player, and all of a sudden player C comes out of nowhere, hijacks your stuff, and you both lose out. Which is really cool, because anytime there's a positive, there's also a negative, or vice versa. So if you have players raiding ships, trade ships, you can also set up players protecting trade ships. So if you want to set up a trade with a different player, you can now contract another player to basically escort this trade ship safely from island to island. So it's really cool. Once it's all working 100% properly, it's working now, but once it's full map, it's going to be a bit of a game changer, I think. Anyway, I'm excited for it. Just they got to work out some bugs, and but for the time being, like I said, as far as I know, all your trading is within grid. So if you set up your market similar to I have, and you don't see any trade routes available, it's because nobody in your grid is actually trading. So you want to hit the game chat and start telling people to trade some stuff. Awesome. That's pretty much it. I don't think I missed anything. Did I miss anything, Butterfly? You can think of?
I'm not gonna lie, Chaos, but I was not listening. I wasn't even here.
It's okay. It's okay. Pretty sure that's it. Show the control point, the market, warehouse, different items of fuel, how to set up your trades. Again, without somebody else trading in that area, I would check settings and see if you can activate grid-to-grid trades. I think official has it. I read in a patch note that they had it to 2, but then I think they backed it down again. But I'm not 100% sure. I'll look into that. If I can bump it up a bit, I'll do that. Other than that, hopefully that makes more sense. We're up to 3. Also read then dropped to 3. Okay. Perfect. Okay, I'll look into that. Yeah, I think that's it. Yeah, I'm really hoping they get the full map sooner than later, and these actual real life ships instead of virtual. Yeah, I'll have to look into that. If it's available for private or not. It should be. For the time being, whatever official was doing with trades, it was just automatic with private. But I haven't noticed, well, I haven't heard any players talking about trading or anything else, so I'm assuming it's just in grid. Yeah. Well, they caused massive lag when they first came out, when they had them open to the whole map, so that's why they backed it right off. So once they get that worked out, it'll be a lot, it'll be good. Awesome. Okay, so hopefully, I believe this tutorial was requested by Mike. Mike, hopefully this helps you out. If I confused you more, DM me. I'll try and explain it a little bit better, but hopefully that helped. Alright guys, thanks for tuning in. Catch you on the next one.